Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel who really love rights. So just say and I say watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, me say Rastafari. War and crime and do up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, Jah, and we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I say, watch your man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and fight, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari. We love all, and we love Jah, Jah. Me love Jah, Jah, Rastafari. Me love Jah, Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah, Rastafari. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twink.
Good morning. Which of the many Jamaica do you live in? However, of the many Jamaica, this morning we will be discussing two of them. The connected Jamaica and the other Jamaica, the compliance one. Us who have to adhere to the law, but those in places of power who even create the law can look sideways, step aside, or blatantly ignore or breach the law. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this morning. I won't lie to you, I'm still tired. I have a working weekend. Even though I did not come out yesterday, I have been working on my website as well as my canvas for my newspaper. Because you know, Global TV has ventured into the newspaper war. There's no authority on news in Jamaica anymore or anywhere in the world. When journalists or mainstream media has failed to do their job by holding government and public officials to account and keeping the peoples informed, be their eyes and their ears, to see them jump into bed with government and doing government bidding, with the advent of technology, of internet and technology, and the advancement of AI, we can rival anybody from the palm of our hand in the information war. Therefore, Global TV has launched another bit to its media group. We start our print press information war. And we are going to make sure we keep in tune in all of the areas where you, the people, needs to be informed, because we realize that mainstream media has an agenda, and our agenda is to you. Now, we, though, need your support when it comes to the information war. You heard clearly when the Prime Minister declared war on us. So we have to be in all of the field. And a Gleaner Observer alone can publish news article on the current affair issues in our country. So on a need to support us, this is going to be ongoing. That's why I may take the time over the weekend, set my website and organize my print press canvas, which is this you're seeing on screen. However, all of the news stories will be published to Facebook with a link, this blue link here that takes you direct to that particular article on the website. Now, when you get to the website, please not only read the article, but support us by making sure you leave a comment on the article. At the bottom, you will have a little heart here. You can click to support the article, and the comment area as well. You can make a comment. So this morning we put out quite a few for you to read on and mumble on. From yesterday, we've been putting out a few. The two Jamaica, the compliance Jamaica, the connected Jamaica. We also put out one on Dabdu wrote an article, and we also did a critical analysis of the article Dabdu wrote to the Gleaner. It's entitled "A Joke Thing," as well as we've done one on Darrell Vaz defense on the procurement issue. Minister Vaz pattern of procurement intervention, the good intention defense, and the erosion of accountability. As well as we put out one on Dr. Tufton on Cornwall Regional Hospital in relation to this new dome tent where Dr. Tufton wanted to clap and cheer him about. So please do support us. The warfare where even the Gleaner jumping upon, we want to target people over content. These are the reasons why we have to branch out and do our own thing and become an authority in this space. But it needs your support, Jamaica. When people like me isn't doing this for myself, I'm doing it to keep you informed. I could, whatever knowledge I have and is sharing, I could keep it to myself. But, me never in the right plane. In the information war era, we need support. If we are doing the work for UNO, we need the support from UNO as well. So UNO need to read these articles, interact with them, leave a comment, and all of that. There's also one that I'm going to put out on the Carl Bruce and Meditech issue. That's also an analysis of an article that Zara Burton wrote as well in relation to Carl Bruce Meditech UII. So please do give us your support, yeah? All of these are posts to our Facebook, and then, as I said, the blue link takes you to the website. Morning, everybody! Oh, no, do. Tired Monday morning. Tired. I have been mentally working all weekend and getting all this thing up and running. So please do support us. Me not always harang on over support, but please support us, eh? Because to say, if wholeness declare war upon the whole away, and uno turn up one side out there, so it don't make no sense one set away a fight and the other set. No, when you're on the website as well, to find all of our writings, you just click on the area that says blog. And once you click on that, it will show you now the article in relation to Carl Bruce, the conflict of interest framework and institutional accountability at University Hospital. That has already been published to the website. However, I have not put it to Facebook yet, but as soon as I finish this broadcast, I will upload this one to Facebook as well. But please do support us, because without the support, our work is meaningless. All right? Without your support, our work and our fight against the system is literally meaningless. You know, when you say it go to one ear and come to the other. Anyway, to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning, everyone, and welcome. One hearty big good morning, everybody, because I'm brain tired this morning. I won't tell a lie. Because when I get up this morning, I've been doing about five articles and put out. So please support us, all right? Because the issue of governance and breaches of the law in our country, we need to constantly be paying attention, to constantly be in the know. The way Tufton gets away with crime, the way Tufton gets away with crime, you wonder why on earth should we follow the rules? Why on earth should we continue to follow the rules? Or why should we rather ask, why is it that our country continue to create rules when those who create the rules turn two fingers up to it? Now look at Dr. Tufton and Cornwall Regional. Dr. Tufton is collecting a tent, a dome tent. You know the bed crisis we're going to UWI? So you know everything about our current administration is about optics. Taking a picture, get a video to post to your social media. The medical dome band-aid, Dr. Tufton's failure, and the arrogance of dependency. By standing in front of camera to accept this dome, Tufton is essentially asking for a round of applause for a failure. The arrogance lies in the expectation that Western Jamaica should be grateful for a ballistic rated tent, while the main 10-story building remains a skeleton at Cornwall Regional Hospital, and just continue to be bleeding the nation's budget. And no end in sight. They have a grandstanding last year of just the opening of the administrative block, which is not the priority for Cornwall Regional Hospital, because the administrative people them could do the administrative job from home on a laptop, a lot of them anyway, other than those who are in the doing the face-to-face roles. A lot of them could be doing their job from home. Bed space, though, casualty space, ward space are the priorities of any health care. But it's not what Tufton or his team is concerned about. They're rather concerned about grandstanding for nothing at all. When you look at the litany of failure, when you look at the litany of failure of Dr. Tufton, and this is what the article me write about the wholeness paradox. The litany of failure by Dr. Tufton, by Christopher Tufton. Wholeness is more about loyalty to Tufton than accountability to us who elect him, us who pay tax and remittances to Jamaica. Can't have a way of attacking, we are foreign and say we not this and we not do that. But make we cut off with remittance and see we're going down a yard. Our remittance is tax as well. So we have right to talk about the happenings in our country. And when you look at the litany of failure from Chris Tufton, come all the way down, and Andrew Wholeness, whole strong loyalty to Tufton, without any care for the Jamaica people. The more hurtful or painful part of it, though, is to see how the people of Jamaica are comfortable with this death spiral of a national health system. We continue to erode more and more every day on all levels. When it comes to administration and governance across the healthcare, shambles. People dying left, right, and center. You turn up a hospital with buck toe and you come out with dead body. You turn up a hospital with buck toe and you come out with dead body. This is the system that Jamaicans are complacent to. This is the system that Jamaicans seem happy with. When millions, hundreds of millions are missing from the health department. We don't have ambulance. Nurses and doctors don't even have the critical supplies that they need to work with. And every day Tufton come out with a media grandstanding, a cutting ribbon, or an evasive speech, or a disrespectful answer to the people of Jamaica. And Jamaica people rather go to emergency room and stay there for 12 hours or more and have to leave emergency room and don't get attended to, or turn over in an emergency room, and when they see a turnover before it becomes an emergency. How we get here so, Jamaica? How do we get here so? And then to make it even worse, the help what we used to get from Cuba with Cuba healthcare workers. Donald Trump with the little girl on Epstein plane. Donald Trump with the little girl on Epstein plane. So if we send them home, and we send them home, further crippling healthcare for Jamaicans. The queues become longer, waiting time become longer. People become more frustrated and more ill. Some people don't see the point of turning up a hospital when they feel ill anymore. Because some of them turn the day they ain't get better and left go home. Some people that are hospital for days waiting for a bed to be admitted. And then when you're admitted, when you finally get admitted, you have to provide a retainer fee before the body start treat you. Because if you don't put on your retainer fee, you can't pay for your medication as you go. You might end up in a body bag. The procurement and the lack of management in healthcare is causing a lot of deaths, unnecessary, unwanted deaths is happening in our healthcare. How the people of Jamaica become so relaxed and complacent to the dangers surround their lives. It is really beyond me how we get there so, and how we just comfortable there so. How there is no matter what happen, no matter what we hear about, no matter what we see in front of our eyes, there is no outrage in our country. Not one jot of outrage in our country, no matter how wasara it get, everybody see it as the norm. The norm. And then when you criticize the issues, when you call out the issues, you're told that you're all kind of sorts. You're him, you're this, you're that, you're anything else but a concerned Jamaican. The way some people behave in the social space, it's like there isn't a thing called concerned Jamaicans anymore. Everybody wants you to take a side. But there is also a side called the concerned Jamaicans. And maybe more of us ought to come into that center ground rather than the extreme left of PNP and the extreme right of the Jamaica Labour Party. How about the center, the concerned Jamaicans? How about the center ground of it, the concerned Jamaicans, rather than the extreme right or the extreme left? That literally, now can we go nowhere? How can Dr. Tufton continue? How can Andrew Holness, who had a rage of fit in 2015, Andrew Holness, who had a rage of fit, Andrew Holness, who took Dr. Fenton Ferguson's head in 2015, is telling you that tenfold, Dr. Fenton Ferguson, he has confidence in tenfold what the problem he had with Dr. Ferguson. Christopherton has done 10 times worse. And if you can put any amount of number upon it, from the rice scandal to the market meat scandal to the contract, the thin air contract scandal throughout COVID, the Manchester boys issue, the running of UWI, the running of healthcare, the death of 32 babies, the death of 15,000 Jamaicans per year. And Jamaicans think that is something to continue with, that this is something that you're going to see any progression. Cornwall Regional Hospital is what we should use to judge Dr. Tufton's by. Cornwall Regional Hospital is what we ought to use to judge the overall work of Christopher Tufton. If in 8 years, 9 years, Christopher Tufton has failed miserably to show any improvement on a project, the white elephant of Cornwall Regional Hospital, 8-9 years, and to date, the people of Jamaica cannot point any progress. Nurses, few weeks ago, you remember, was out demonstrating of the devastation where they are left in to look after the sick. We heard from Dr. Dawes the calamity facing Jamaica's healthcare. We regularly see videos after videos of the state that our people have to endure. Hold on, I need to read my audio. Hold on, I need to undo this and put it back in so you can hear. Because we have to keep remind the people of Jamaica that this is what you're comfortable with. This is what, when I tell we say we are PNP or we are this or we are that when we speak. But for people like us who have left Jamaica for a long time and have lived in parts of the Western world where we are used to certain standards, these are the things we fight for on a day-to-day basis. If you're sick at home, you can pick up your phone and call an ambulance. And an ambulance will be there. Depends on the emergency. It could be within 6 minutes to anything up to under an hour. Depends on the type of emergency. So for instance, you have chest pain, respiratory problem, head injury. An ambulance is more likely to turn up within minutes. Whereas if it's just maybe abdominal pain or so on, they may take an hour or more to turn up, but you guaranteed one. And you guarantee, say, when that one come, they can treat you on your bed before they put you in an ambulance. These are the things we fight for. Jamaica is a country prone to accident. A lot of our people perish, not just by accident, but because of failure of primary care, lack of primary care. We don't have ambulance to turn up and give you that first aid care that save your life. You look for an accident scene in Jamaica, you get scraped up and thrown into the next car passing by and taken to the nearest hospital. Half the people when we in an accident could have lived if them spine was cared for and if them never bleed out because we don't have the necessary medical services across the country to do these things. It's just our ambulance in Jamaica and a scene of an accident. is a passing car. It is a passing car. That is our ambulance. A passing car. These are the things where we work hard for food. An accident in a Britain. Ambulance due for the under 6-7 minutes. Here, if they need to, you have the air ambulance. The air ambulance sometimes reach there before them pan dot. These are the things we struggle for. These are the things that we are saying to you. Without the lack of governance, without the stealing and raiding of public budget, without the friend and company in governance, we could have had these services. It's lack of, and not even lack of political will are the issue here. So the issue here is stealing and lack of governance. If the people are comfortable, trust me, government will only devise ways of becoming worse, not better. Not better, worse. And this is where we see every scandal, Dr. Tufton, become worse. Every scandal, Dr. Tufton become more insultive and evasive. Every scandal is like Tufton is sticking up his fingers at you. Every scandal, Tufton, I make it plain, there's nothing to see here. So a trouble we make. That's why we're not going to start talk Tufton. We're going to write as well too. That's how we're going to make use of AI, Tufton. We're going to write what the paper them not talk about. The stories that the paper them are trying to bury, those are the ones we're going to publish every day and talk about every day. A death by 1,000 cut, Christopher Tufton.
Imagine the man drop down, you know, and not even security them. They did the gate and give people tough talk, but they can't come out through gate and this and that. The man they walk over a man and go about them business left a man a girl. Walk over a man. Mr. Tufton, what kind of system you run in a Spanish town? Mr. Tufton, you need to lift off of your eye seat and come a Spanish Town Hospital, address your workers them. Or else Jamaica go start rebel and start bust gunshot in your people them head. And when a year man attack them thing,
we don't support violence against our healthcare workers.
Tufton, Jamaica, we start rebel like 80 and the whole on have to runway out of the country. And that you don't want Jamaicans to start though? Eh? Wanna tell me honest truth. That you know want Jamaicans to start though. Start rebel and start bust gunshot off on the nurse and doctor them. What do Mr. Tufton? You need to get up off on the eye seat and start address blood clot health sector them more better than this. Yeah. Cause right there so beside the lady there, a man did it with a nurse, with our family member. Did it so. And now when a man drop down and are dead, at that the time the nurse and doctor, everybody a run come. And I come go and like say, yeah, them a do something. And when the man did it sit down long, nobody now look on him. See security boy there. You see when the man drop, and you don't even look on the man. Imagine. And you say you work in a hospital as security. Yo, Mr. Tufton, you need to get the thing underneath. Better organization, you hear? Alright. Our Jamaicans are start rebel. And when Jamaicans start rebel and start bust gunshot in on the doctor them head, who no can't say nothing. Oh.
We do not support violence against our healthcare workers. But it's going to get to a point one day where the people's frustration will explode. We continue to warn in the Prime Minister, stop strike the matches. There's petrol on the floor. But this government, without any care, continue to do the worst by the people of Jamaica. The worst. We have been offered, let me see what happened to this video, bear with me. Everything that this government is offering us, it is the worst. Christopherton just the other day is asking Jamaica healthcare worker
overcrowding
to return home. To where, Christopherton, and to what? You think people are going to get up for foreign, come make Carl Bruce stump them on their mouth? You think people are going to left all the way from foreign Christopher Tufton? So make Carl Bruce come thump them in their mouth? Make Carl Bruce micromanage everything across hospitals across Jamaica? You think to say healthcare workers abroad will want to return to that behavior and that treatment, Christopher Tufton? You think to say Ghanaian and Philippine, Indian nurse and all of that, when them come and Carl Bruce start beat them, you think them are going to stay? We cannot continue with Christopherton at the top of health. No, we cannot continue with Carl Bruce at the helm of surgery and teaching in medical science in this country. We cannot. We see the dangers of it already. When you see the Governor General going there without tick and come out pan tick. When you hear Dr. Roger Hunter tell you of the abattoirism where Carl Bruce and Ivor Crandon them a run a UWI. While all are not there, we're asking you to make sure you follow with Facebook. You follow up on Facebook so you can read our articles and support us. If you don't support us, the government are going to win the information warfare. So if you join the war for lose, then it's up to you. But I don't know it for lose. That's why I fight the government from all angles. Anyway, me can pick up a stone and fling. Me I fling it.
overcrowding is really concerning for us because it speaks to the dignity of individuals. And, you know, when I went to that facility yesterday and I walked into the refashioned A&E, I was shocked.
This is at the Mount Salem Community Center, I think it is.
Yes, it is.
Tell us what shocked you.
So this facility was refashioned to facilitate 3940 clients. They had 115 in it yesterday. And it's hard for you to really care, give any kind of care. You know, one of the questions I asked one nurse, I say, how do you prioritize who gets care and who doesn't? They say it's not a matter of priority, Madam P. We just stand up and look and who put up their hand. So I say, what about the people who can't put up their hand? So, you know, in a system like that, people are going to get left behind. One of the challenges
Right, tell me what you mean though, because I know normally what you healthcare workers do is what they call triage, right? You go through and
so it's these the persons who we are seeing are after triage.
Okay, gotcha.
They're after triage. And the major issue is that there's no bed space for admission.
Right.
So the persons that are in the space maybe 80-90% of them are actually for admission, but there's nowhere to put them. Cornwall Regional originally is a 300-bed facility. They would have lost the use of about 147 beds after Melissa, based on damage to infrastructure. So, that further compounds a situation that already existed. The whole story of seeing people on stretchers that are at floor level is harsh. You see people on beach beds, beach chairs. Those are the things that persons are being nursed on. I saw one situation where a client was, they wanted to set up IV on a client, and the doctor was stretching over 2 other persons to reach to that person. What is it that you use to motivate yourself to come here every day? And they say it's their call to serve. So you have three stretchers here, and then you have 4 chairs here, and then you have some more stretchers here, and it's just untenable. It really is untenable. I asked the nurses, what is it that you use to motivate yourself to come here every day? And they say it's their call to serve. It's, you have that call, you come out and you do your best for that day. And when you go home and you deal with the rest when you come back the next day.
Let me just bring in Dr. Badger, because you've been talking to your doctors there as well. And one of the things you were quoted in the Gleaner saying is that these are things that you've been trying to engage on. You said you repeated efforts had been made to engage hospital management and the Ministry of Health and Wellness, including formal correspondence to the minister last year, but issues remain unresolved. Tell us, first of all, what you are hearing and seeing from your doctors.
Hi, thanks for having me, and good night, everyone. Our doctors have been absolutely disheartened, and you can imagine, and as Nurse Richards actually spoke about, with regards to the dignity of the patient, that's severely compromised. I don't know if you know what it's like to resuscitate a patient on the ground. To me, that's unfathomable. And
meaning somebody whose heart has stopped, or
someone whose heart stopped, and you have to be pumping the chest in CPR on the ground.
And to top that off, after 8-9 years of refurbishment, reconstruction, or whatever you want to call it, Dr. Tufton, Christopher Tufton with the DR title, one with a clap and cheer for a tent. TENT, tent. Yeah? A Dr. Tufton solution. After 9 years of refurbishing, a death spiral, overcrowding, rat infested, mold overrun, patient on floor on beach street. I never know, so we have sea upper Cornwall, we have sun and sea upper Cornwall. Christopher Tufton, we never know, so we have sun and sea upper Cornwall Regional Hospital. That's when I have patient up there on beach chair, Christopher Tufton, beach chair, beach chair and refugee tent, Christopher Tufton, out of 26 billion Jamaican dollar, 26 and counting billion Jamaica dollars. What a refurbishment. I tell you about that tent city. I tell you of that makeshift hospital in the refugee camp of Western Jamaica. Because that is what Cornwall Regional has become. A makeshift hospital in a refugee camp. And that Andrew Olness bring we down to. And if Donald Trump say make it Sarah, and the oldness nah bat an eyelid. Joseph, if you don't listen, when you don't come over here with Melissa name, if you don't think Mr. Silvera killing your wife, go and investigate the case. Just rewind yourself back to the night in the house and do the investigation. Silvera plead guilty when you don't come over here with Melissa, when you don't come over here with the narrative. Say a labor right kill Melissa. Don't come over here with that narrative. Jolan accept saying shooter. We know from day one, say a Jolan killer. I don't spew that narrative, say Anna Jolan. On my platform now go help spew that narrative. Talk about the injustice of the system. Don't talk about whether Jolan killing your wife or not. Even if I know Jolan say me. Anyway, let's get back to thief in Tufton. 10th City Tufton. Tufton want with a clap with hand and cheer him on for a tent. T-E-N-T tent. Christopher Tufton. T-E-N-T tent. After $26 billion and 9 years of refurbishment. This is where we're at with 15,000 dead people a year, 32 dead babies, and a failing healthcare with sardine tin of more space. Sardine tin of more space than we hospital them. Because we don't have space for fit people and we still have to provide space for rat. We don't have enough space for people at Cornwall and we still have to provide space for rat up there. Jamaica, we are being overrun. Budget overrun, overrun by rat, overrun by procurement breaches, which becomes what you call it, whether something, a logo. Procurement breaches now become a logo for this current government. Why on earth we have such rules? Why on earth we have a one-man band running where everybody can do their own thing, where Darrell Vaz can look past the systems that he meant to go through. Look past the system that we meant to go through. And then when he get called out, because we don't know who Darrell Vaz buy these 200 sterling from. The truth is, until we see proof, we don't know if Darrell Vaz buy any sterling at all. That's the whole truth. Until we see the invoices and everything, for all we know, Darrell Vaz could have stolen 200 sterling out of the 700. How the conundrum come in of sterling held by the police? Why by the police? Those sterling came in as donation. Whatever come in as donation is held by ADPEM. And if it is that Darrell Vaz ministry bought sterling, why are they held by the police and not by Darrell Vaz's ministry? Or why is it if Darrell Vaz procured them because of this, that, or the other, why weren't they turned over to ADPEM? Because ADPEM coordinate the entire brouhaha. So if it is that the minister procure these 200 Starlink through his ministry from whoever, they ought to be turned over to ADPEM. And if it is that the minister thief 200 Starlink out of the 700 Starlink, we want to know as well. Because the fact that the procurement document was done after the minister, the thief, secured or procured the Starlink, then the procurement document was being done in retrospect. Procurement fraud, because we no longer should be calling these breaches. Procurement fraud becomes a hallmark of this government. I know that the people at the IC, including the Auditor General, have good intentions in the work that they are doing. Is it though worth what those reports are written on paper if they lack weight to prosecute, to hold them to account, if the subjects of the report what you call the word, defies the report, disagrees with the report, challenge the report, look the other side from the report. Because as it stands at the moment, the anti-corruption body is only documenting the looting, the bad governance, the fraud, the breaches, barring documenting these things. What else? I am of the view that we need to scrap the anti-corruption body and make with politicians them teeth in a piece. Because I think us spend money going after them, and the only thing we're doing is documenting the loot. Nothing else. We're only documenting the loot, the failure, the breach, the fraud. That's all we're doing. Documenting them. I'm of the view, allow them free range stealing, and we spend less money. Then we probably thief with conscience. When we now watch them so closely, then we probably thief a little less. Plus, we now pay money to document them stealing, because that's all we are doing. And this is not me disrespecting the anti-corruption body, but they do not have the necessary teeth to bite the neck of a giraffe. The anti-corruption body do not have the necessary teeth to bite the neck of a giraffe. Thereby, it's only a trace. It is only a trace. It won't be a catch. And this is where we end up with anti-corruption body and an evasive, challenging government, where everything a lie, a lie. The anti-corruption body I tell upon them, the anti-corruption body PNP, the anti-corruption body the pan witch hunt, the anti-corruption body I target them, the anti-corruption body misinform, the anti-corruption body this, the anti-corruption body that. Nobody is willing to take any accountability for all of these breaches. Hence, we end up with what is called the compliance Jamaica, which is us poor people. We have to comply with them bullshit. And when taxpayer money for spend for we benefit it, we have to go through a long string of bureaucracy, and sometimes them end them entire administration and we never get it. When it's about them though, the connected side of Jamaica, procurement is something under the bushel, something that they don't see, something they don't observe, something that they don't have respect for. The very same rules that they make, the very same rules that apply to us when the money is spent so we benefit we. To answer Lynette Jenkins' question, when the people say enough is enough, where will it end, you ask? When the people say enough is enough, when the people are outraged enough to block roads, to stand and demonstrate outside government departments and agencies, when Jamaicans decide to stay at home and not go to work, when Jamaicans refuse to stop spending their money, albeit only unnecessary things, it will not end whilst the people are a voluntary participants to the destruction. While we, the people, are a voluntary participant to the destruction, it will only continue. Where will it end? When the people get fed up enough. When the people see that there's no other option but pushing forward. That's where it will end. But for now, come to the government based on the behavior and the reaction of the people. The people are happy with what they're getting. The people don't have a higher expectation. Because if it is that the people of Jamaica had higher expectations of Dr. Tufton, you know, Tufton with the DR title, the Tufton will use $80 million by dry front, that Tufton. If the people value themselves, if the people care about themselves and their future generation, I tell you, they would not sit quietly until Andrew Holness get rid of Tufton. But when Jamaicans themselves look at what they engage with in healthcare and turn around and tell us Dr. Tufton is doing a good job, what can I say? What can I say to a person of such? When they say Dr. Tufton is doing a good job, an awesome job, what do I say to that person? Talk truth. Because him already have the preconceived idea that water is better. If a person have a preconceived idea of water being better, how can I convince that person that they have a warped thinking? The people of Jamaica is their big... Jamaica people, we are our biggest problem. We are the gas aisle of the government. We approve corruption Hey, hallelujah! On the 3rd of September 2025, the people of Jamaica approved corruption. You have returned Andrew Holness and 34 of his cronies. That's a massive approval of corruption. At the next election, we need to call for corruption on the ballot. Who will be more, or who will be less corrupt? We need corruption on the ballot for the next election. Who will be less corrupt? Because we gave corruption a green light on the 3rd of September last year. But you don't see how Auditor General report how we tired. It's like something wrong with 2026 and things. We figure right down 2026 because the amount of things them just a biff and a bath and a bust out. So you wonder why Donald Trump is going on like we don't know say I'm a pedophile. You wonder why Donald Trump are going like it no come out say I'm a pedophile. Why Donald Trump is ignoring what all of us knew. Anyway, maybe tonight we will rub them again because Michael Jackson, Chris Rock, Naomi Campbell, the Black Epsteins. I may be looking at the Black Epsteins tonight. I may be looking at a plethora of Black Epsteins tonight. The Michael Jackson, the Naomi Campbells, and the Chris Rocks of the Epstein Island. Anyway. Hold on there. No. Conflict of interest framework and institutional accountability. That is one of the articles what I need you to read as well. I not put it to Facebook yet. When I done this show, I go put it to Facebook, but it already on the website already. The Gleaner and the whole of them will fight way over news and picture. These issues are not priority for them, you know. Because if you remember in the PNP press conference, they all showed us what was priority. Frenzy. News frenzy is more of a priority than the health of the people, than the running of our teaching hospital, than the running of our entire health care. We cannot allow the Manchester boys. We cannot allow the Manchester boys to take us on a medical dictatorship in Jamaica. It has gotten to a point where we should have been outraged from the 8 dead babies. We went on to have 24 dead babies in 24 days. 24 dead babies in 24 days. With a scandal at our teaching hospital rocking left, right, and center. No attention been given by the media. No care from government. We would expect them to do the optics and the silence and all of that. Dr. Dawes, on the other hand, has been doing a brilliant job of exposing the mess. And not even mess, that we're trying to wiggle ourselves out of. Not even mess that we're trying to wriggle ourselves out of. Mess that every time a report comes, wasara, wasarara, in every report. You wonder what they've done to the minds of the people of Jamaica. Because when a prime minister stand at a podium and tell we say, in declare information war upon us, all because we ask question, all because we are rebroadcast and analyze what comes out of the so-called mainstream news. The prime minister declare war on us. The prime minister must release paper too. They have to have newspaper now, as well as a place to cuss. We have to have a place to publish news for those who wants to read, and we have to have a place where we talk to those who cannot read and just want to hear. Everywhere with the prime minister. We're sandfly. Prime Minister, global TV have become a sandfly. We're biting you nasty way. Prime Minister, we're bite you and you're nasty way. We're fly around your Prime Minister and you're nasty way. What we will not do is allow you to push we in a silence, because we see in the new Cybercrime Act, we really try to come after we foreign independent media people. Me see the whole of the talk in a parliament where they are around the Cybercrime Act, we not doing our best to try and silence us home and abroad. This is why we now have to expand with tentacles. Because we realize that the Gleaner and the Observer and so on are the nationwide where people see as news source or reputable news source in our country has become the information arm, the propaganda arm of the government, has gone in bed with the government. So it's our job to take it to both the government and mainstream media. So any article them write out here, we are going to critically analyze it. We are going to write where them upon the stories where them all it if you write about, Lord, the invention of AI. You can write many articles within an hour. Because nobody now sit down around computer. Them their university days, we're done with them something there. Gleaner, Observer, everybody I use AI for right now. So we have joined the race. And we intend, Gleaner, to stay in the race. We intend, Gleaner, to be a rival to Gleaner's propaganda. Yes, that's how far we are taking it. This is the Murdoch. This is the Murdoch of social media broadcasting. We soon launch radio station. Veteran! Wagwan. We soon launch radio station. Andrew Holness. We're probably going to use TikTok as our radio station, because TikTok have an audio broadcast over there where we can do radio stationism. So don't bother think to say, because the government declare war on us, we are going to go in silent, are going to go in hiding. No, a time so we pack the fire with logwood and kasha. A time so we pack the fire with logwood and kasha and make it blaze more. Because we reach a time, where it's critical. We reach a very critical point, where it's a fight for the truth. And we know, say, we don't have truth on our side. So we can't allow everybody to form their perception based on the lie and government propaganda with them paper you out here tell these days. Alternative media, new media, independent media, media in the palm of your hand. We don't think we have to come in on a TV studios, come sit down anymore. We don't think that we have to call on a radio station or write letter to on a TV station. Them something they over. We don't know all no so hard-headed and can't see the one-man band is everybody have a story to tell. Everybody have them phone in them hand. One day, everybody will become brave enough to come on board. Everybody will see it necessary to pick up a rock stone and fling in the war. But what we now go to Andrew Holness, we now go back down. We're going to drone you with news article and we're going to drone you with broadcast because we not have to walk and tell lie around here. Anything AI write for we is well researched of what is in public domain. But me notice with Jamaica people, like when me post the fuck rip on Facebook, they're gonna pardon. Crowd up around the every them. Me notice when it come to informative things to inform you, things to keep you abreast of the circle of bullshit that we exist in. Don't like to read. Don't like to interact with more than picture. It's more than a picture, people. When people post picture, sometimes when we post some picture, I have 500 odd comment, 140 odd, 80 odd, 1,000 views. But when it's something for no read and increase on the knowledge, just short spanned. Let me ask you, so short spanned. Some man who couldn't spend hours in a library back in the days, just a read, go buy lunch, come back in a library, and just couldn't do it because attention span short. Because if people go to a couple paragraphs to read, a lot of people just bypass it. What we are trying to do, what we are trying to do is to take away the power of the upper echelons. A major part of their power is your lack of knowledge. You see, when you don't know, you just don't. Hey, you see, people who can't read are something that will make me want to cry when we meet people who cannot read. Something will make me want to cry. You don't understand that little balloon that you exist in when you're unable to read. When you're unable to read, you don't understand that tiny little balloon that you exist in. Because your perceptions will be based on what you hear from people, what you hear in the space. If you're not able to go and look at multi-source of a thing before coming to a conclusion, and this is why politicians can tell we say, a pig really have wings, and I have seen horses flying, and you believe them because you don't know better. You don't know that pigs don't have wings. And you don't know that horses cannot fly. And this is the power of the church and the government. This is the power of the church and the government. Your docility, your lack of knowledge Your unwillingness to seek knowledge. Knowledge is power. And sometimes you hear people go around banding this thing because we use words just because they're there as words. But do you really understand how powerful you become when you have a level of knowledge, whether it be through research, experience, or intuition? Do you understand how powerful? Hmm? People may say me feisty, no, feisty, me feisty. I'm powerful in the way that I speak and the way that I perceive things because I'm not approaching or perceiving it from Masters and his friends or cronies' point of view. And this is why people like me use my good time to try to inform you. Without the information, we're a lost cause. Without the information, we're a lost cause. When you don't make me cussing over the support, when you don't hit the like button on my YouTube, or to be able to interact with my Facebook page, I mean, Labour Right and PNP come over the war. Me ask support me on my website. When you go to the newspaper article on Facebook and it take you to the website, and you read the article, leave a comment and hit the heart button. Wanna see over there. You can't want we one to sit down and do the work so and not participate. So you have to also get used to following my Facebook page and get used to interact with it because over there so the print news there. You now go see the newspaper article them over YouTube. At the time for post to so much different places. Me already post on 3 Facebook and 2 Instagram already. So just be versatile and all over the place. And stop follow the mix up on TikTok. It not serve with nothing. Keep yourself informed. Keep yourself informed that you can go through these battles of life. Because when you go through it, dunce like a Darrell vase, you will do the wrong thing and say, I have no apology. Yeah, Facebook may have 3 Facebook where may I post on you now. This one, hold on. Hang on. So I have 2 profiles, bear with, and a page carrying on the war at the moment. So you have the what's you might call it? The Forbes producer Wayne Global TV profile. You also have the Global TV Facebook page, and you have the Antonio GTV Forbes profile as well. We post on all of them. So that's the second profile, Forbes GTV Antonio. So please do interact with them and make sure you keep on yourself in the know. Because if Gleaner take side with the government, yeah, and keep reading, and we keep reading Gleaner article, we give them relevance. You understand? When we read them thing, when we repost them thing, we give them relevance to attack us. So what we need to do, we need to farm we own and do we own now. Tell our own story. Is no longer the lion telling the story. The goat have a pen and a book. So the goat can tell for him own story too. And this is what we need to get used to. Move away from these things we call mainstream media. We see they're a cover-up agent for government, corruption, and people in high society. We need to move away from them. We need to stop reading over Auntie Mulvina. We need to stop reading over Gleaner. We need to stop reading over Observer. Support the vloggers who are bringing you the information that let you know exactly the fuckeries that are happening in your country. Look at the healthcare debacle in our country, and you can barely pick up a newspaper. You can barely, maybe sometimes the Gleaner, it's only the Gleaner really writing out something out of the Auditor General report. But we can ask AI to write us article out of anything we publish from the Auditor General report, and they provided an article just like how the AI would write an article for Gleaner coming out of that Auditor General's report. The world is not about sitting down around computer anymore. It's about while you're on the go, you can be making and publishing news. We need to do the Marcus Garvey strategies, the do for self. Observer is a colonial white organization media, friends of Bill Clinton. Gleaner is also a white media organization. Gleaner was in the forefront of the CIA publication to help take down Michael Manley government. Go back and look at it. The media in Jamaica has never been on our side, has never worked for collective good in Jamaica, nor to keep the people informed. In fact, the media is a part of the docility campaign that the government runs against us. And we must outlaw these things. They no longer serve us a purpose. These so-called things no longer serve the purpose of what they're called. We need to take over. Gleaner, the stage is set for the battle between me and you. The stage is set for the battle. Because if we not think no one can tell lion story around here. If we not think say, we don't know how to do it as well. And one thing me glad. Me spend 6 years pinned down to tertiary education in this country. Because that have put me in a position to war with the government with confidence. My knowledge acquired over the years have put me in a confident position to take the war to the government straight and lean. So when the government declare war and the media come out to back the government, they're only doing us good by showing us that, look here, don't depend on them, do our own thing. So Gleaner, the war start. We don't know, Gleaner, if you ready for jump in. But Global TV ready for the bangarang with honor. Because since as it's about the government, we're going to show us that it's no longer that people must sit down and wait for what uno call news for it to be news. Not really so anymore. So we are telling us that, on out there in social media land, you must support us. Without your support, then when the government and him friend them come out here and call with propagandists, call with PNP, disrespect and call with all sort of name, because we're asking for accountability in our country. We deserve that. Because you all promised us on your election campaign. Every election campaign, wanna promise us to tackle corruption. But after every election, corruption grow like junjo in our country. Corruption grow like junjo in our country. We can't continue like that. We cannot continue to be a nobody in Jamaica. When nobody no answer with question, nobody no speak to it. They talk to themselves, talk above us, or talk around us, but they're not talking to us. The Cuban oil embargo is a perfect example of them talking to themselves around us and about us, but not talking to us. Because when Pete Heggis said the undersecretary can tell Andrew Holness, you can't sell Cuban oil, and Andrew Holness sign on to it without a word to the people of Jamaica and carry out America's order. And then the opposition see the Americans, the CIA, taking over the Jamaica Labour Party as they did in the late 70s and in the 80s. And Social Democracy, PNP silence. I also did an article on Mark Golden's silence as well. Not too bloody silent. Not too bloody silent PNP. The country a pop down and a Dr. Dawes one in there. The country a pop down and a Dr. Dawes one over PNP. One of them. One of still there? Is PNP still the opposition in our country? And if they are, what are they opposing? And can we tell them, can you please find something to oppose PNP? It cannot be that everything Andrew Holness do, every report that comes out, we're not happy with it. Because barring the happiness, would look at the PNP's social media page, all of them. There's barely anything. Every little minute you hear ping pong your phone, Andrew posts another lie. Andrew posts another propaganda. Where is the leader of the opposition to counter them? Where is the People's National Party? Where is our opposition to counter the lie, the misinformation, the propaganda of this government? Where are they? Are they still here? Are they still the opposition? And if they are, can they find something to oppose? It cannot be everything that the PNP is silent, Panzer, because when we're so not silent, we will believe so not agree with it. I mean, you're an ally of Cuba. You're an ally of Venezuela. Say something. Can't just silence. So, good God Almighty. Just silence. Anyway, we're going to go about with business. Whether not too bad over here look like all April a bit today. You know, April have that bright, springy, sunny feeling. Yeah, over here look Aprilish today. Jamaica, we have to be the opposition until another viable opposition is formed in Jamaica. We have to take charge. We've been out here doing it for 3 years. We've been out here doing it for 3 years, being the opposition to this crooked regime. We think the PNP them would have come help with. Hibernated PNP. Thank you all for being here this morning. Marcus Garvey tells us, unite or perish. We get up and come out here every day and call for the unity. Me still don't know if you see the need for it or the urgency for the unity. Don't you see how pedophiles are united? Don't you see how these rich pedophiles are united in silence? Anyway, let them come start to a stone through my window. Thank you all for being here with us this morning. Lovely to have your support. And make sure on a support our newspaper articles, support our website, support our Facebook, support our YouTube. You can't fight this war without money. We need to pay our rent. We need to buy food. We need to do everything. We cannot fight this war pan broke pocket. Because you know, say when you're hungry, I go jump out of the race. No! So, there you have it. Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV. We're going to go and put out a few more articles throughout the day. We're going to put the Carl Bruce one on Facebook. We have a couple for right about the thief in wicked liar, the big titty fifi. So, later on. Thank you. Goodbye.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just a and I say watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do the righteousness. And we love. And we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja. Rastafari, preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I say watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. And we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twink. Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. seafood there. Make him a throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rub and cheat, and not first and for. Make God what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just talk on the right. Give a show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black big him and show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.